countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!, but this is the history of Jank. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Now, chances are, if you're watching this may be your very first interaction with the Archfiend cards at all. Most players only remember Archfiend Eris as an occasional search off of Tour Guide from the Underworld in Dark World decks, but no, they were a fully fledged archetype, and during this period had just received a couple of waves of support, both in packs and in structure decks. Decks like the one you see in front of you were popular at the local level specifically. Their strategy was simple. By destroying your own monsters with the effects of cards like Archfiend Commander, you can plus using the effects of cards like Archfiend Cavalry, which reborn Archfiends from the graveyard, and Archfiend Eris, which can search Archfiends from your deck to your hand. That empty advantage can be converted into true advantage by way of cards like Trade-In, which can discard the level 8 Archfiend Empress or Archfiend Emperor, the first Lord of Horror. And once you've found enough pieces of deep draw, you can summon a Dark Creator for free, or use a deal with Dark Ruler in order to get a Berserk Dragon from your deck. After that, you can blow out your opponent very easily with cards like Dark Hole and Falling Down, a snatch deal available to Archfiends specifically, clearing the way for your extremely large monsters to dome your opponent. Add to that the fact that these monsters' high attack stats and Archfiend Emperor, the first Lord of Horror's summoning condition play extremely nice with skill drain, and you have a formidable meta threat on your hand. At least, you'd assume so, but unfortunately this deck never really saw mainstream competitive success, not at the regional or YCS level. Of course, this begs the question as to why, and it's not difficult to ascertain the reason. You're summoning a bunch of monsters with 3,000 attack, then going over the top of your opponent's combo with cards like Skill Drain. Gee, and you're deep drawing in the process as well? Why wouldn't you just play Dark World? While the Archfiend monster's attack stats do go higher than Grapha, and they get to play Snatch Steal, unfortunately this deck was just too inconsistent, especially compared to its big brother in Dark World. Hoping to draw Trade-In and not brick on multiple copies of a deal with Dark Ruler isn't a great place to be in a format where if you stumble, an opponent will absolutely take advantage of it. But still, it's an interesting what-if, a deck that makes use of exceptionally powerful cards from this era like Tour Guide from the Underworld to summon monsters like Archfiend Eris and extremely powerful bosses like Emperor, the first Lord of Horror. Let's go through the individual cards. We've of course got Cavalry, which if destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard can target an Archfiend in the graveyard and special summon it. 3 copies of Commander, which is a free special summon and then destroys an Archfiend card you control. 3 copies of Archfiend Emperor, the first Lord of Horror, which can banish an Archfiend from your hand or graveyard to target a card on the field and destroy it. It can be normal summoned without tributing, but its original attack and defense become halved and it's destroyed during the end phase. 3 copies of Archfiend Eris, which if sent to the graveyard because of a card effect or battle, adds an Archfiend from your deck to your hand. Archfiend Empress, which is basically only in here for RJ's sake. If one face-up Dark Fiend monster on the field except this would be destroyed, you can banish a Dark Fiend from your graveyard instead, and when it's destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target a 6 or higher Dark Fiend monster in your graveyard and special summon it. 3 Dark Creator, which requires you to have exactly 5 or more Dark monsters in the graveyard and no monsters on your side of the field. 2 Berserk Dragon, 3 copies of Tour Guide from the Underworld, 3 a deal with Dark Ruler, which is always treated as an Archfiend card, 3 Archfiend Palabyrinth, which allows you to cycle into powerful Archfiend monsters from the deck, Dark Hole, triple Falling Down, 1 Foolish Burial, 3 Trade-In, 3 Skill Drain, a Torrential Tribute, and a Solemn Warning. On the side, we've got DD Crow, Maxi, Mystical Space Typhoon, Mind Drain, and Breakthrough Skills. So with that, let me throw you over to Alex.
Yeah, this is gonna go well. So Divine Grace Northwemco. Yeah, this is gonna be the card that's gonna get us out of the jank tank. Jesus Christ, why do I agree to this shit? So, if you've never seen Divine Grace Northwemco before, there's probably a reason for that, because this card is mega bad. This card is turbo ass. It is everything you don't want a Yu-Gi-Oh card to be. So it's a level 7 ritual that can only be summoned with Ritual of Grace. When it's ritual summoned, select a number of face-up cards on the field except this card up to the number of monsters you use for this ritual summon. While any of the selected cards are face-up on the field, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. So what are we trying to do here? Well, at this time, the Jin Lock is actually legal. So if we can get a Northwemco with the Jin Lock, we have a 2700 attack point monster where our opponent cannot special summon. And so if we have another card on the field that makes sure that Northwemco can't be destroyed in any way, then we sort of have a lock on the game against any deck that can special summon that doesn't have a way to out a 2700 attack point monster. Now, how do we actually complement this? Well, that's where Magical City of Endymion comes in. This card does absolutely nothing for the deck except one purpose, and that purpose is to be a target for Northwemco so that it cannot be destroyed. Magical City of Endymion, every time a spell is activated, you put a counter on this card. And if this card would be destroyed, you can remove a spell counter from this card instead. So, hypothetically, if you get Northwemco out after you've used Jin as part of the combo, if you target Magical City of Endymion with the effect, and this card has counters on it, your opponent needs to destroy the City of Endymion before they can destroy the Northwemco. And remember, they have to do all of this without special summoning. But Northwemco doesn't have any protection from anything else besides destruction. So for instance, targeting effects that would not destroy it, but say bounce it back to the hand or do anything else to it, make it so that this card basically does absolutely nothing. So this is just not going to go well, and I'm not looking forward to playing this. If we win, it'll be really fucking funny because I don't think Joseph will ever live it down. I just want to see if we can pull off the combo at least once. So that's the main game. Honestly, our whole deck is centralized around doing that one thing. So let's see if it's good enough. Card by card. BLS is in here because we are playing a chaos synergistic deck, and this is probably the only way we're actually realistically going to win aside from doing the Jin Lock. We have another Jin Desirator of Rituals. I probably butchered the name on this. This, if we can use it for one of the materials for the Northwemco, means that we'll actually be able to make it immune to trap effects. So this is a way to possibly bypass the fact that this can still be targeted, but there are still cards like Book of Moon and the like, which can just set this face down and it doesn't matter anyway. So we have 3 Jin, 3 Veiler, 3 Manju, 3 Tour Guide. Tour Guide can actually grab Jin, which is pretty sick. And then, of course, we have the triple Northwemco. Next up, triple Forbidden Lance. This is to make up for the shortcomings that Northwemco comes with, and honestly, I mean, it's probably the best card we're going to get at that point, so it is what it is. Triple Magical City of Endymion paired with 2 copies of Terraforming. Triple Preparation of Rites to get either our Northwemco or our Ritual spell, Ritual of Grace. I think what's the most irritating part about this deck is that Ritual of Grace has a secondary effect that says during your main phase, you can remove this from play this card from your graveyard to make one face-up ritual monster you control become untargetable by effects this turn. This should have been like a quick effect sort of effect that you could use like in response, or I guess since it's a spell, it has to work a little bit differently than if it were a trap. You would have to like banish it and then like until the end of your opponent's next turn or till your next draw phase or something, then it's immune to targeting. Like the fact that this secondary effect works the way that it does is just completely antithetical to how this entire deck is trying to work, unfortunately, right? Then we have double Soul Charge. This is weird because Divine Grace Northwemco has to be fucking ritual summoned if you want to actually use the effect for its protection. I don't know why they made it on ritual summon. Like that this card's way too good. We can't make it that if it's on special summon, it can protect itself again. That defeats like the whole purpose of the card. It's already a ritual monster that's going to not be played anyway. So Soul Charge is here to be able to give us hope. I mean, there is that, I guess. We have triple Upstart, triple Reckless, and Solemn Warn. This deck's literally just trying to turbo into Northwemco with Jin as fast as possible, and hopefully that's good enough. The extra is kind of interesting. We've got double Alucard, a Leviair, a Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosack. I guess if we get 2 Northwemcos on the field, we can overlay them for Dracosack, which if we Soul Charge them back, I think, honestly, if we summon one of these, we should win the game. If we get to a point where we're summoning 2, I don't know what the fuck's going on. We have 2 Mech-Whipped Angerneer. We have a Musa Rhythm. Angerneer as well as Fortune Tune and Zen Mains before I go on are quite interesting because these are more targets for Northwemco. So in theory, what could happen is if we go Tour Guide, Summon Jin, we can make one of these rank 3s, and then we can use the Ritual of Grace, banish Jin, but we would need another 4, so we would need something like a Manju in our hand to be able to fulfill the full cost for Northwemco, and then we can target one of these cards instead of just targeting the City of Endymion. So we do have other ways to access the lock of sorts, but it's a bit rough because that's asking for a lot, and you kind of need to put one of your normal summons into either one of these, and you can't really do both. We have Big Eye, Double Leviathan, an Acid Golem, Double Fortune Tune, a Temtempo, and a Zenmane. So that's Northwemco, ladies and gentlemen. If we win a single game in this episode, I will be shocked. If we get out of the Jank tank, Joseph will never live it down. So let's hope for the best. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Northwemco, Joseph?
No, try again. Try again.
Oh, Northwemco?
Nah, I don't think that's it either.
Menco?
That's closer.
This has got to be what... I swear to God, every time we sit down to film this, I think there's no way it could possibly get worse. And then I see this shit. I think your deck, it may be bad, but at least like it looks cool.
Yeah, it's
Mine's
doing
just, like,
something.
Fucking lame.
Yeah, I will say I pulled Northwemco in playoffs, and I remember being like, wow, think of all the cool stuff I could do with it. And then I sat and I thought, and there was nothing cool I could think of.
Yeah, that's how I feel about this deck, and the fact that we are playing this in any sort of... This is at it full power, Joe.
Full power Northwemco.
That's kind of sick.
Oh, that's
Maybe
crazy.
Jinlock can use the route. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's just get into it. Shout out the patron, Matthew Turner. Thank you for the support. Buddy, got the hand up.
Yes.
I rolled a 2, so even.
It is even. I picked an 8.
Woo! Oh, you're fucked, buddy. You think you had to worry about the Jinlock any longer because of Necroz? Oh, I'm going to show you the Northwemco Jinlock. This is so bad.
Oh.
Is this the FTK?
Yeah.
Wait, do we still draw for turn? Yes, we do.
We do.
This is Jank. Okay. Oh, I actually think you're probably fucked. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So let's go... I want to see if I sequence this properly. Let's go Manju. Let's grab the Ritual spell. So we will add Ritual of Grace to our hand. Next, we will Preparation of Rites.
Uh-oh.
So we can now add... I was like, does this work? It's level 7. I'm used to grabbing Necroz of Brionne
yeah.
this card.
The way I remember it is Chalice Slime is a 7.
There you go. That's an easy way to remember. All right, you can take 1,000 life points
I will.
while you're at it. You're so dead. I drew the final piece of the puzzle. I activate Magical City of Endymion.
Okay.
I will fire the Ritual of Grace.
Oh.
I will send Manju of the 10,000 Hands and Jin Releaser of Rituals for Divine Grace, Northwemco. So, Northwemco, I will use the ability that when it's ritual summoned, I select a number of face-up cards on the field, except itself, and while any of those selected cards are face-up on the field, this can't be destroyed by card effects. So I will select Magical City of Endymion, and I will pass the turn.
Wait, so I can't special summon. I have to destroy the Endymion before I destroy the Northwemco by a card effect.
Correct.
And the Endymion can protect itself by removing a counter?
Correct.
What the fuck? I lose! Oh my god.
I wish I had at least one more counter on the Endymion, but I drew it off the upstart, sadly.
Okay, let's just do this. Back to you.
Okay, we'll draw. Not what I wanted to see, I will be honest. Let's go ahead and keep the pressure going. Tour guide from the underworld.
Yup. I guess I'll flip this
Yeah, you're not
now.
the only one with fiends, fucker. Oh, that's actually bad. All right, so we lose now, right?
Well, you might.
Okay, so...
I still can't special.
Right, you can't special, but now Northwemco doesn't have its effect that it can't be destroyed.
Yeah, I just gotta find a way to pop it.
Problem. If only there was a 3,000 attack monster that your deck could produce.
I'll probably have to special summon to do it.
Yeah, interesting. All right, let's go to battle in that case.
Yeah.
What would you set in this deck? Eris? What is Eris's defense?
Eris's defense is 0.
I'll try it.
It's Eris, yeah. I will trigger it here.
Go ahead.
I don't know what we're grabbing. An Archfiend? We'll go Emperor the First Lord of Horror, I think.
There he is.
Let me...
Northwemco, attack directly! The first time anyone's uttered those words.
Yeah, I'll take 27.
And that's all I can do, buddy. Go ahead.
Okay, you were right. The skill drain wins me the game here. Wah.
You can just normal summon him.
Boom.
Okay, I'll take 3. You can special summon.
Yeah. Can't I?
I don't even, can I out this? Probably not, to be honest. I'm probably screwed. What's in my extra deck?
It's crazy. Oh, for what it's worth, even without the skill drain, Emperor did trade with this. Well, I guess it didn't because then you could protect.
No, because
Okay,
you couldn't have destroyed it. But to be fair,
lying.
I don't know how I'm hitting over the Emperor because even if, yeah, it's weird. Well, I'm skill drained, so I might as well just try to live. Go ahead.
You know, the problem with this deck is that it's too good. Let's go Cavalry. Freak it. Let's get our freak on. Wham!
It is Manju.
Okay.
To no one's surprise.
Wham! Right, back to
Tour
you.
guide has fallen. Oh, excellent. That's what I needed in this deck, 100%. We will set another one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Stand by me. Oh, I'll activate Archfiend Palabyrinth.
You also have a field spell, except yours is good and not just played for some gimmick.
Very true. So this card allows me to target an Archfiend, banish a different Fiend-type monster we control, then special summon from a hand deck or graveyard an Archfiend with the same level as the monster you targeted. This is a very stupid setup. We're going to normal tour guide here.
Sure.
We're going to go Palabyrinth, target first Lord of Horror, banish tour guide, and then we'll just special a big-ass guy. What is this, an 8? We could get another one.
I mean, he's 3,500. That seems pretty good to me.
We're not going to, though. We're going to get his wife. Boom!
I actually have never seen this card before.
Oh, she's great. She's wonderful. Ask RJ about this card.
All right, it is Effect Veiler.
Okay.
Thankfully, you don't have
Boom! Bow!
So what is this, 34 and 35? I'm just like basically dead. Oh, I have 800 life. That's just enough to lose to my own premature burial. I'll draw. Reckless Greed. Please?
All right.
I had the setup, Joseph. I had this.
You really did. I was dead, but for skill drain. Oh, man.
Okay.
Ugh.
We get to draw.
Oh, this is not a good hand. I will say, last game, I was bricking on trade-in, and this game, it looks like I'm bricking on the other half of the trade-in.
I think we have the setup.
Oh, jeez.
It's just not as clean as last. I will say, I'm not finding an issue getting to the setup. This deck does that quite proficiently. We'll activate Prep. We'll grab the Northwemco.
This is so strange. We are just playing two decks that do their actual setup. Yeah, that's fine. Every single game, it's just a question of if that beats other decks.
So let me blow your mind. Jin is a level 3 fiend.
Yeah, no. I remember doing this. Yup.
Ritual of Grace.
You got a 4 somewhere?
I have a
Oh,
Veiler.
gross. Oh, that is not pretty.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. The Northwemco has appeared. I will... Unfortunately, there's no card for me to, like, use to protect it, so I just have to, like, pass here.
Okay,
I could have gone like tour guide and like Jin and then like overlaid for a Zen mains, but I don't have like the material to summon her, and then I just literally lose. So I feel like it's just better getting you under the lock so you can't actually like do anything immediately.
Well, I got the guy again. Down comes the Archfiend Emperor.
This time he's only 1,500.
I will activate the effect, banish a Archfiend Cavalry, and I will attempt to target your Northwemco.
I hate this game. Yeah.
All right, 15.
Take 15.
All right, watch this. I'll set 1, go to end phase, and my Archfiend Emperor dies because I normaled him.
Yeah.
And then I'll activate a deal with Dark Ruler.
Shut up! You're not playing this! You're
Behold!
not Berserk Dragon!
The Berserk Dragon! Woo!
Okay, you know what's shitty about this? The fucking spell, Ritual of Grace, actually has a protection effect to make Northwemco untargetable during my main phase!
Wait, what am I doing? That guy's...
Believable.
I forgot this one's an Archfiend. I thought she was just a very pretty lady.
Okay, well, I'll draw.
What are you huhing about?
That's not bad.
Oh, what are you huhing about?
Okay, Berserk Dragon's just a big fucker, huh?
Yeah.
It's just a big ol' fucker. I'm gonna Reckless Greed.
Yeah, I mean, I bet.
Okay. Let's go Manju.
That's fine.
We're going to grab... Fortunately, I don't think it matters all that much what we grab. I think Northwemco is easier to get because I have Prep as well. So I am going to take Ritual of Grace as a matter of fact.
Okay.
We'll fire Endymion.
Uh-oh.
Drew it a little bit too fucking late. Soul Charge.
Oh, wow. Huh.
I will target everything.
Wow. Yeah.
I'll target everything except Valor. Let me rephrase. I don't need fucking effect Valor. All right. What do you got?
I know the card in your hand is Ritual of Grace?
Ritual of Grace. Correct.
I guess I will Torrential here.
Come on. I just wanted to have fun.
No, you didn't!
You have to have fucking Torrential. Are you kidding me? I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Your Berserk Dragon's dying. I'll let you know. You don't have to put it back on the field.
Oh, great.
It does not fucking matter. You got 2 in hand. I guess I'll Lance my Northwemco so she lives.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's fine. It's not great. I get another counter on this fucking thing. All right, so 19.
Yeah.
Oh, it's soul charge. I can't attack.
Oh,
Never mind.
yeah,
I'm a cheater.
literally
I'm a cheater.
cheating.
I'm a cheater. I'm a cheater. Get your
We've
19
never
back.
cheated in
Go,
Jank
go, go.
either, so that's pretty ridiculous.
Never. Who imagine that or history? Ugh.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna normal summon Cavalry. And then we're going to special summon Archfiend Commander. We're going to activate his effect to pop Cavalry. We'll go Cavalry, summon back Emperor. We're going to Emperor crack the Northwemco.
Did the Cavalry bring back the Cavalry brings back the Emperor,
yeah.
correct? Okay, yeah, well. If Northwemco didn't only have its effect on Ritual Summon...
It's true. You're very true. Combat!
Oh, God.
All right, neither of these guys can attack this turn.
Neither of them can attack, yes. Because Commander was specialed, and then Cavalry says it can't attack whatever you special. Well, I don't, because I Reckless Greeted. All right, well, that was fun.
All right!
You want to go again?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I didn't get to show off what the deck does.
I feel like it's not bad. You just had every out at every possible juncture, which, I mean...
All right, well,
great,
this hand
fantastic.
fucking sucks. Actually, this hand is killer.
This hand sucks. I do not have the combo, so we're probably fucked. We'll go Endymion Tour Guide.
That's fine.
I will grab probably Jin. I think Jin might be the only target, actually.
Cool.
We're just going to wall up, I guess. So we'll just go for Zen mains.
Boo.
I'll set one up. But, buddy, all my deck does is, like, protect my things from not dying. This fits it right in at home.
All right, I'm going to normal Eris.
Sure.
Special Commander. We will Commander.
Sure.
We'll crack Eris and activate the effect.
To get your big dude, that's...
I mean, I don't even think I really get a big dude here. Can I get Eris off Eris? I can't.
You would think in a deck like this you'd be able to do that, but
We'll
no,
grab
that would
Cav.
just be too good.
Archfiend Palabyrinth. Falling down.
Fuck off. I guess you get to show off what your deck can do, buddy. I'm going to take my 2 counters on Endymion.
Yeah, take him.
Fuck, yeah.
Wow.
15.
That's it.
I draw. You take 800 from falling down. Then we're in main 1.
Yep.
And then I cry because I don't even know how I out my own Zen mains. Manju.
Yes.
We will grab Northwemco.
Yep.
This is bad, folks. This is what they call bad. Go.
Okay. Standby main. Normal Cav. We'll go Palabyrinth. We'll target Commander. Oh, this has to be destroyed by a card effect and sent to the grave. This card sucks. Let's just go combat. Wah.
So this is 3K, so I'm taking 16 here. Sure.
Wah.
24 and 15.
Back to you.
I don't know what does it. That definitely is not what does it. I'm going to fucking murder you. Oh my god.
Oh!
I had BLS, so if you would have, like a normal person, just gotten rid of a material off Zen mains, I could have dropped BLS.
That's what I want to do is put the fiend in your grave. These decks are really good. The problem is that these 2 decks are actually too good.
I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate this so much.
So I think this was a really good showcase of Northwemco.
Was it?
Well,
I don't know about that.
Insofar as it shows that you actually could get the combo pretty consistently. Like a Northwemco that's indestructible, prevents your opponent from special summoning, yada, yada, yada. It just turns out that that is not sufficient to win the game.
The problem is there are way too many hoops you have to jump through, first of all, because not only do you need both Northwemco and you need the ritual spell,
right?
You also need to have Jin somewhere in rotation in order to actually get the special summon lock. You also need another card at minimum somewhere on the field to prevent the Northwemco from being able to be destroyed. The ideal target for that is obviously Magical City of Endymion, but this card is a gigantic brick because aside from just fulfilling the condition for Northwemco, it literally doesn't do anything relevant for the entire strategy, but you're playing 3 copies of it plus terraforming as well. So like a bunch of your deck is just inconsistent as a result of that. So you need the 2 ritual cards, the Jin, the City, and then you also need another 1 or 2 cards minimum to be able to summon Northwemco anyway, because Jin can't be used as the full material, which basically requires you to use your entire hand to do it. And at the cost of doing that, what do you get? You get a 2700 that theoretically can't be destroyed by card effects with a field spell that also can't be destroyed, and your opponent can't special summon. So all they need is any way to not destroy Northwemco, aka compulsory evacuation device, out this entire combo.
You get the sense that like there's a couple of changes that would have maybe made this a viable meta strategy. If it was a 6 instead of a 7, Tour Guide plus Jin would have fulfilled the entire condition. You don't have to dump an additional card into it. If Endymion did something, or there was a similar card in like a Divine Grace archetype that sat on the field preventing itself from being destroyed, but also maybe like searched Northwemco after like 8 spell activations. If the ritual spell could be banished to prevent it from being targeted until the end of your opponent's turn so you can beat Compulse, it's just like, there's unfortunately not enough. It's a fun, consistent, interesting combo that unfortunately loses to everything.
I disagree. I don't think it's fun or interesting.
My deck is...
Your deck... I think your deck is interesting.
It's not consistent, I will say. The number one issue here is it's a deck that lives or dies off trade-in against more effective strategies, and game 1 I drew all trade-ins, game 2 I drew all 8s, game 3 I drew all 8s, and it was just like, I
still won.
stand it. But well, yeah, thankfully I was playing against Northwemco, so it didn't matter. This deck's playing a 0-card extra, which is very funny. That's because you never want to make Zen mains, you always want to search Eris. Archfiend Eris was being played in some decks like Dark World during this time, and Infernity, just because like its stat line is really good, its typing is really good, and it does have a couple of interesting targets. Archfiend Palabyrinth, for instance, was playable in Infernity for a short period of time. The concept here is that you are going to loop Archfiend Cavalries and Erises into Archfiend Emperor, the first Lord of Horror, which is an incredibly powerful card, and you're going to be able to go over the top and OTK your opponent before they can get over your admittedly really middling monsters by taking their blockers with Falling Down and firing a deal with Dark Ruler to go into Berserk Dragon, which is also an 8 for your trade-ins. We didn't get to see it, but this deck's also on the Dark Creator. This is a card that I absolutely adore. It's unfortunate it's really never seen any competitive success. Unfortunately, this deck was just a little too inconsistent to hang with the big boys during this format, even though it's made almost exclusively of big boys itself.
I remember people playing this deck as well. They scrapped the Berserk Dragons and the deal with Dark Rulers in favor of just playing more trap cards. Just to make it like somewhat more competitive as well. Competitive and being used in massive air quotes. But to be fair, like there is a lot going on here, and because you have like this gigantic boss monster that just synergizes with the rest of your deck but just like pops cards, like that's pretty good. There is something I feel like here, and there is a lot like that you could potentially do with this.
What you're
at least compared to my deck where it's like Northwemco, Jinlock, or Bust.
Yeah. What you're describing here though is a deck that plays a lot of deep draw like trade-in in order to end on like an Archfiend Emperor, the first Lord of Horror, and a couple of back row, like a Torrential, a Skill Drain, maybe one other trap. And that is what this deck eventually evolved into. But you compare it to like Dark World. If you substitute Grapha for Archfiend Emperor, it's the exact same deck, except Dark World is infinitely more consistent, and it wasn't good enough to hang in this format. So, you know, it's not surprising why this never really took off.
But you get to play Berserk Dragon.
Yeah!
So there's that.
I am Berserk Dragon.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shout1317, Tim00x3, Moto, MBT Play Madolce, Cameron Smith, Pony Stark Part 2, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Manhoban, Phoenix the Immortal, I ship MBT and Cimo, Draconic, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, Valen Jackson, Dylan Hunter, Cody, Brett's Extremely Vulgar Man, Little Fadeleaf, Brody Eastwood, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet, Inuna Taisho, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Max, Matthew Brady, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon, Yodabon, Helios515, Cimo's Chaos Cooking Draft, Simping for Cimo, Cheeks McLapperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Dalton, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Mallow of the Burning Tunnels, Wonder Waffle, Skull Servant, and the Wandering Doomed or Boyfriends, MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon, Aw Yus, Unis the Bus, The Undertaker versus Cimo and MBT, Shrugs X, the Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, and Corvain. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.